We're going to practice a heart-centered yin practice. And this one is specifically for people who don't have props. So if you do have props like blocks and a bolster, you can certainly adjust your posture accordingly if you know how to make the postures deeper to support yourself more. But this practice will be yin, longer holds in the poses without any props for those of us who don't have props. And we'll start seated. With your hands gently resting on the knees for a moment. Find a tall but relaxed spine. Feel yourself arriving here, calming into the space. And place your hands on your heart. For a moment, feel it beating. Take a moment to show gratitude towards your physical heart. For constantly moving, for keeping us alive, for moving energy throughout the body. For reminding us that we're alive and we're healthy and that we're here. And also thank your heart for the sensation of love. When we think about our friends, when we think about our family, when we think about our practice, our sadhana, we can also bring awareness, attention, and gratitude towards the heart center. As we connect to the breath, as we slow the breath down for our yin practice, allow yourself to practice silent breathing today. The breath is conscious, deep, but allow it to be silent today, not ujjayi breathing, not taking loud sighs, but let the breath be silently present throughout the practice. Dedicate your practice to someone that you love. Allow each posture to be an offering of love as we open up the energy channels associated with the heart. Take 3 more breaths. Breathing from your heart center. Keeping the breath present, conscious, silent. Slowly open your eyes and come into child's pose.
Separate your knees wide so that the torso has space. Sink back into the hips. Start to walk your hands forward, but then let your forearms rest, hands rest, and forehead rest. Feel yourself melting here into the floor. Feel your breath moving silently, consciously throughout the body. How can child's pose be an offering of love? Hands heavy, forearms heavy, elbows, forehead, nose, shins, tops of the feet. Resting, sinking. Start to exit the pose, walking your hands back, lifting your head. Lift your hips, walk your knees under the hips. Take a few rounds of organic movement here. Opening the front of the heart in cow pose and the back of the heart in cat pose, or any circles, any organic movement here. The arms and the hands are an extension of the heart, so if you want to get into the wrists, into the fingers, you can add some light stretching here as well. Return to tabletop. Walk your hands about a half print or a full hand print forward, and bring your right arm over to the left. Behind the left wrist, bring your right arm over. Push into your left hand, lift your head and your right shoulder, and bring it a little bit further over. Left hand stays where it is. You can walk it forward for a change of support. You can bring it behind the back. Find a comfortable position here to maintain that doesn't feel like too much pressure on your neck. Even leaning a little bit to the right to get in underneath the right shoulder blade. Observe your silent breath. Observe the movement of your heart beating, of your breath moving. Coming out of the posture, slowly, mindfully, aligning yourself in tabletop, hands slightly forward. Take your left hand over to the right, behind the wrist. Start to walk it over. And once you come down, lift up a little bit, move the shoulder a little bit further to the right, and then lay back down. Hips over the knees. Opening up the back of the heart. Right hand supportive, but move it around to find the most supportive place for you. Right hand slides back into a supportive posture to help push you out of the pose. Tabletop. Move the hips around. Move the spine around. Move the neck around. Breath silent, but present. Awareness on the breath and of the movement of your heart. Come into puppy dog pose. This is a posture that can be done with your blocks under the hands, or you can take it in any comfortable way. Hips staying over the knees and starting to walk your hands forward, bringing your forehead down, letting your heart melt towards the mat. You can hold the edges of your mat. You could bring your chin down if that's comfortable and sustainable for the amount of time we'll be here. Pull your ribs in. Slowly slide onto your belly. We'll come into a Sphinx pose. Elbows can be under the shoulders or slightly forward like mine are placed. And pull back to open the chest. Especially if your chin was down on the mat in our puppy dog pose, bring your chin towards your chest. So you can have a neutral head, or you can bring your chin towards the chest. Feel the heart expand in all directions. Visualize breathing from the heart center, and as you breathe in, feel it fill up into the side bodies and into the armpits. Feel the heart, the chest move forward. Feel it move back as well towards the spine. We'll be here for one more minute. So feel free to stay in Sphinx, chin to chest, or head neutral. Or you can come into Seal by turning your hands out, potentially pressing into your hands. Dropping the shoulders down. You can walk your hands back for a deeper back bend, but we're working more towards opening the heart, letting the shoulders drop, letting the heart melt forward. Silent, conscious breath. Your palms are feeling energy move up towards the shoulders. You're also completely resting into the hands. We'll come into crocodile pose for a minute, so slowly release the posture. Place your hands underneath your forehead. Rest the head, bend the knees, release the back by moving your legs from side to side. Then release the legs, resting here for another 7 breaths. Lift your head gently. Place your hands out to the sides and bend your right arm 90 degrees. So the elbow's in line with your shoulder and the fingers are facing up towards the top of your mat. Use your left hand to roll open, to push you open into the right shoulder. Really depends on how this feels in the right shoulder. That's where we want to focus the sensation. If it feels good to bring your left foot back, you can. If there's a lot of flexibility in the spine and in the shoulder, you can bend the knee If this feels like a lot, start to draw your knees in towards you. Use your left hand to add a little bit of pressure, opening up the right shoulder. Slowly unwind from the pose by bringing your legs straight, by rolling onto the belly, bringing your left arm also into kind of this goalpost posture. Look towards the right arm and slide the right knee up. Take a little bit of a counter pose here. Still let your arms feel rested, the body resting, not resisting the mat. Slide your right leg back. Keep the left arm bent at the elbow. Use the right arm to push yourself into the shoulder opener. Your right leg can be back. It can be on the floor. I feel this a lot in the shoulder. It feels much better for me to keep my knees up and use only the right hand to gently push into the mat to go deeper into my left shoulder. But experiment with your own flexibility, your own bone structure where this feels best. Try to soften in the hips using only a bit of pressure in the right hand to go deeply into the shoulder. Breath silent. A soft awareness floating from place to place in the body. Release from the pose, slow. Legs extend. Roll back onto the belly. Both arms in that goal pose, bent at the elbow. Look to the left and slide your left knee up. Rest your whole body on the mat. Feel like you've collapsed. Slide your left leg back. Roll onto the back. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly on the back. Feet together, knees apart, hands by your side. I really like the version of taking my hands behind the head, bringing my chin a little bit in and down. A gentle stretch in the groin and the armpits. Allowing the front side of your body, specifically the heart, to be open here. Come back to your dedication of who or what you've dedicated your practice to. This sensation of love and this gratitude towards our heart. Notice sensations or thoughts that have arisen throughout this practice. Bring your knees together. Give yourself a squeeze here, bringing the knees towards the chest, hugging. Rock up to seated. Place one hand on the heart and one hand in its mirror behind the back. Think of the color green, like a green apple or fresh grass. Glowing from the heart center.
Expanding throughout the body as you breathe. Visualize the color green with your mind's eye. Just as vividly as you're imagining these green objects, visualize love and compassion, togetherness, support. Bring your back hand forward, both hands to the center of your chest. Your sternum touches the thumbs touch the sternum. Honor love, honor your practice, honor yourself. Thank you so much. Namaste.